Latino way.
All right. This is B-Man K with podcast 346. Back with my guest friend Bob Beach. How's it going, Bob? Good to have you back on the show again.
Good. I'm doing great. How are you, Brian?
Good. So let's talk about where we started. So last week we were golfing together at Weston. Leo G. Martin last week and golfing at Weston last week. And let's discuss what we went through last week. We went through some putting last week, right? And driving range. We went through both of those fundamentals last week, didn't we?
Yeah, that's what I usually like to do in the clinics, do a little putting and do a little full swing and give people the golfing experience, as they say.
So can you do your impression of last time? Remember you did your impression of Bob Shepard the last time? Can you do your imitation again of what you said? You said you were going to do a little more of that on the podcast this time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Now pitching for the Yankees, number 42, Mariano Rivera. Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Now batting for the Yankees, number 2, Derek Jeter.
Now,
What do you think?
that was
Not
great.
bad.
That was awesome.
I used to love the old Yankee Stadium. I don't even have any desire to go to the new one because they bowled it out. You know, they're too far away. They kind of wrecked it. And it's not built on the original site. The other Yankee Stadium was in the original site. It was refurbished, but it was a great stadium, very vertical.
You remember Dennison Callahan on 8 in the morning? Dennison Callahan.
Yeah, I listened to them a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What happened to them exactly? Do you know why they went off the air? What was the reason that they got laid off from EEI? Do you remember the whole story behind that? I know there was a big thing about that.
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't listen to it a ton. I just know of them.
Yeah.
I'm usually listening to music when I listen to my music usually when I'm on my playlist when I'm driving or at home.
Yeah. What do you have for a playlist of song? What do you put on for a playlist usually?
I like jazz a lot.
Yeah.
I like jazz. I like Samara Joy. You ever heard of Samara Joy?
No.
She's excellent. She's a 23. She might be 24 by now, but she's a 23-year-old woman from the Bronx,
mm-hmm.
and she won the Grammy for Best New Artist. It was a really long shot. Like they have 10 nominees for Best New Artist, and she won it. So it was pretty cool. And
wow.
She's excellent. My wife and I went to see her at Newport Jazz Festival. So I strongly, if you like good music, jazz, she's really good. She's a great singer.
Now, let me ask you a question about LeBron and Jordan. Who's better, Jordan or LeBron? I mean, I said this before. I think Jordan's better than LeBron by a long shot. Would you say two different guys?
I totally agree. I agree because I watched more basketball back then. I mean, LeBron's an unbelievable physical specimen. I mean, they said like he'd be a great tight end in the NFL because he's got those great hands. But I would say Jordan because I just saw him when he played, like when he had that game where he had over 40 points in the playoffs against the Celtics with Bird, McHale, and Parrish. And they lost, but you could see it coming with him. And then I always remember that shot that he made against Utah to beat them where you could be right in his face and he could still, jump over you, or he had that little ball back he made them. I think he was one of the first to do that move where they take a little step back and make room and shoot.
Who would your favorite dunk?
He was clutch. He was such a good. He was just a great athlete.
Who would your favorite dunk contest champion? Would you say?
Dunk contest?
Yeah.
How about Spud Webb?
Yeah.
The little guy.
How many did he win? I think he won a couple of them, didn't he? He won a couple of dunk contests.
Yeah, that's pretty cool when they can dunk like that. It's cool.
Now, you like Muggsy Bogues as an athlete?
Muggsy Bogues?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was another good player, another short of stature.
I
played high school basketball. That's one of the coolest things. I was able to dunk. I remember the first time I dunked and where it was.
Yeah. Where was it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You don't forget something like that.
Where was it?
It was in Cabot Park in Newton. We played a summer league game. That's where we used to play our summer league games.
Mm-hmm. Now,
you just never forget it. And then, unfortunately, when I played high school and college basketball, you couldn't dunk. because they had that rule for Lou Alcindor back in the day, where there was no dunking in the 70s.
Why was that? Was it because it was dangerous to dunk?
They just thought it was too big of a. They just didn't. You couldn't dunk.
Couldn't dunk.
It's crazy, but you couldn't dunk. At least I'm not sure about pros, but high school and college. And back in the day, in the pros, like with Dave Cowens and them, they did. When you dunked, it was like showing the other team up. So even if you could dunk, they didn't dunk a lot back then. It was like a sign of disrespect.
How do you feel about the broadcaster Dick Vitale? Do you like him?
Dick Vitale, yeah, he's awesome. He's so enthusiastic. He's really into the game. And, I mean, he's gone through a lot. He's still in there battling. But, yeah, he's good. I took my kids to my wife and I took my son John and my daughter Annie to the Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah.
And we saw Dick Vitale.
Did you talk to him?
Going into a hotel. He was going into a hotel. We just said hi. It was freezing cold. But he was nice. He smiled at us. And he had like 3 or 4. He had all the New York papers under his arm.
Yeah.
Going back in to read the papers. And around Thanksgiving, they always have some big basketball tournaments at Madison Square Garden. So I'm sure he was covering those.
Now, do you think he works as much as he used to before? Do you think he's cut down on his work schedule? Do you think he's kind of cut down now?
I think he's cut down. Yeah, I think he's cut down. I mean, he's a big. He speaks a lot for on behalf of when they have the cancer tournament. I think he'll always be involved in that. The Jim Valvano, his brother. I mean, it's his friend from North Carolina State.
Yeah.
I think, he's very involved in that. I think he'll always be involved in
college
basketball. I think he lives in like the St. Petersburg, Florida area.
What about Rick Pitino? Do you like Rick Pitino? Did you hate Rick Pitino as a coach when you coached here, Rick
I was a
Pitino?
little disappointed in Rick Pitino. I had half-season tickets.
You did?
I had half-season tickets to the Celtics when he was coach, the balcony.
Yeah.
And I just thought I thought they were going to be good, and I was disappointed in the way the team. They seem to like give up on guys too quick.
Yeah.
And he left in a bad way. And he always said he was going to come like in the middle of the night. He said he was going to come back and apologize, and he never did. So
what?
I don't dislike the guy, but I'm not a big fan.
Why did he get in to apologize? What did he made him not?
He was going to apologize for like leaving in the middle of the season without a press conference or anything.
Yeah.
He just kind of left.
Now, I was told about. Do you know anything about the golfer Jordan Spieth? I heard about him from Bob Nance actually when I saw him. Did you ever golf with him?
Awesome. Jordan Spieth. Yeah, I went around for the when they had the Deutsche Bank tournament at GPC Boston.
Yeah.
The New England PGA, they always look for volunteers to go around with the pros and kind of help the amateurs.
Yeah.
And I did it with Jordan Spieth once, so it was really cool. He's a really cool guy. He was he's a really good putter.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable. That's what he's known for. He was known in Texas junior golf in the Dallas area for like his putting, and he was known as the kid that made all the putts.
Yeah.
And he's taken him all the way to the PGA Tour. He played Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
You know him. He was number one. I don't know if he's. And then Will Zalatoris. The 3 of them all played in the Dallas area high school golf, and then when they played on the PGA Tour in a tournament in Dallas too. They all made it to the PGA Tour. Is that cool?
Yeah. Who did you talk about?
Like that, but he has a sister Ellie with special needs, so he does a lot for people with special needs, which I really like. And he was nice to me. I enjoyed his company. He was playing with. He was a tough player, and so all the amateurs that played with him, I don't even know what they paid to play in the tournament, but they all had private jets.
Now, who did you mention before? Did you say what was her name? Was Annika Sorensen? You said, or Monica Sorensen? What was her name? Annika.
Yeah, she's unbelievable. We did a clinic with. Actually, it's coming up on the 10th anniversary of that. The 10th anniversary of I won the Patriot Award, the National Award for the Patriot helping veterans in 2013. So it's coming up on the 10th anniversary, November 23rd. I got the award out in San Diego. And then right after that, I had my 15 minutes of fame. So I did some, I was in kind of, and I did a clinic for veterans with Annika Sorenstam, a couple of clinics. Did a clinic with her in the Orlando area. Reunion, that's the name of the club she's at.
Mm.
And so I did some clinics with her, with veterans. She was a really cool lady, very competitive, real. She was like, I'd say like very similar to Tiger Woods. I mean, she was just she was so competitive. She knew how to win tournaments. And,
Do you think Tiger Woods is a nice guy at all? I mean, I never really knew. Do you think Tiger Woods is a nice guy at all? Tiger Woods. I never met him. I've heard about him a lot, but you think Tiger Woods is a nice guy?
I think he's getting better and better. I think he helped save the PGA Tour because he didn't go to the LIV Tour, but now as it turns out that they're joining with him anyways. But Tiger, I think when he was real competitive, he was just so. I don't think it was because he was a jerk, but he was just so competitive. He focused. He almost didn't have time for people as much as he wanted, and I think he does now. I think he's a better spokesman. I think he's going to do good things with his son, who's a good young player. So
yeah. Well, Bob, on the podcast today, Bob, and I'll see you again soon for golfing again. We'll probably do it again in springtime. I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Well, definitely, we'll make that a biannual thing. Brian.
Awesome.
That was fun. I enjoyed seeing you and your friends. And
thanks, man.
We'll keep that going. All right, buddy.
All right, man.
All right, thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Bob.
Good work.
You too, man.
See you.
All right,
Bye.
see you later.